So first of all, I'm offering my unlimited Dandavat pranams, Koti Koti Dandavat pranams, at the lotus feet of my beloved Diksha and Siksha Gurus, Nitya Lila Pravishta, Om Vishnupad Paramahansa, Astatarasata Sri Srila A.C. Bhakti Vedanta Swami Maharaj Srila Prabhupada. Then Nitya Lila Pravishta, Om Vishnupad Paramahansa, Asto Tarasata Sri Srila Bhakti Rakshak Sridhar Goswami Maharaj. And Nitya Lila Pravishta, Om Vishnupad Paramahansa, Asto Tarasata Sri Srila Bhakti Vedanta Narayan Goswami Maharaj. And my Dandavat pranams to all of my Sri Rupa Nuga Guru Varga, and my Dandavat pranams to all the Vaishnavas and all the Vaishnavis.
Beautiful picture of Radharani in the opening of this chapter.
In the what?
In the beginning of this chapter.
Oh, in the book.
Very beautiful.
Of the, which chapter?
Radharani.
Ah, yes. So, we are moving forward on our way to Radhakund and Govardhan. We are moving forward. And yesterday we did Talvan and Kumudvan. Yes. Talvan, Kumudvan. Yeah, Madhuvan is the day before. Talvan, Kumudvan. Now, Bahulavan. Now, the charming forest of Bahulavan is full of beauty. According to the Skanda Purana, Mathura Kanda, Sri Hari's Saki, Bahula, resides here. So, thus, Bahulavan. But there's also a story we're going to read, which I've heard on Parikrama, that there was also a cow named Bahula. But I didn't see that in this description in the book. We've heard that before. But at any rate, Gurudev said, not Gurudev said, but Gurudev repeated what Skanda Purana has said, that according to the Skanda Purana, Sri Hari's Saki, Bahula, resides here. Here's the quote, Bahula Sri Hare Patni Tatra Tishtati Sarvada. This place is now called Bhatti. Tea. Bhatti. That kind of tea. You put your tongue in the middle of your roof. Tea. Bhatti. So Bahulavan is also known as Bhatti. It lies 7 miles west of Mathura, between Radhakunda and Vrindavan. Yes, between Radhakunda and Vrindavan. Sankarshan Kunda and Mansarovara are 2 kundas in Bahulavan. Once, when Srimati Radhika was in her sulky mood, Man, she hid herself in a kunja here. In separation from her, Krishna became completely distressed. With the help of the Sakis, he was able to find Srimati Radhika, and with great difficulty, he pacified her man. phone, but it looks like it's still, yeah, it's still. Now, because Mansarovara, you know where Mansarovara is? When you cross over the Yamuna, right near where the boats are, right near to Imlitala. Then, if you walk all the way down the bank of the Yamuna, then you come to Mansarovara down there. It's not exactly on the bank of the Yamuna, but it's in that direction. So I'm trying to think here, maybe there's another Mansarovara, or maybe actually Mansarovara lies in Bahulavan. It may be. So, it is popularly believed that any desire of a person who takes bath here will be fulfilled. So in the temple on the bank of Sankarshan Kunda are deities of Sri Krishna, a tiger, a cow, its calf, and a Brahmana on the altar of this temple. Now, according to local lore, a cow, here it is, a cow named Bahula was once drinking water from this pond when a fierce tiger attacked and caught her. Shri Shri Guru Gauranga Gandharvika Giridhari Radha Govinda Jiyo Ki Jai. Jai Shri Shri. Okay, so she was drinking water from this pond when a fierce tiger attacked and caught her. She assured the tiger that she would return to be eaten after she had first gone to the house of her master, a Brahmana, and fed milk to her hungry calf. So when she got home, she told her calf to drink milk to his full satisfaction and told him about her promise to the tiger. However, the calf insisted on going with her without drinking any milk. The Brahmin also prepared himself to go alone. He planned to leave the cow and calf at home and give himself to the tiger as food. In the end, all three approached the tiger, each willing to sacrifice himself. At that moment, Sri Krishna himself appeared there, and the tiger underwent a change of heart. And by the mercy of Sri Krishna, the Brahmin returned home safely with his cow and calf. There's no date here, no time period, so it's from the common lore of Braj. But definitely, if Gurudev would not have included this, if it was not a fact. So, Sri Radha Kunda lies within Bahulavan. And on Bahulastami, it is customary to take bath in Sri Radha Kunda. Large numbers of people assemble to bathe here on that day. So we just passed Bahulastami. You remember? On the Vaishnava calendar? You know what day that is? Bahulastami? It's the appearance day of Radha Kunda. And that's the most popular day. I don't know if it's the top most popular day of the year that people come, but many, many people come there to take bath in Radha Kunda. But this year, because Sajjan Maharaj is staying there, he sends out things on Facebook. And the military stopped those roads of any people coming. Because such a huge, large gathering, you know, tens of thousands of people. They're not allowing that at this point. But he said it was quite amazing to see practically no one at all when he was there at Radha Kunda. So, when Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu wandered through the different forests, he became overwhelmed by the natural beauty of this place. A charming and heart-rending description of this is given in Sri Chaitanya Charitamrita Madhya Lila chapter 17 as follows. When Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu entered Bahulavan, the beautiful cows grazing there surrounded him. They stopped eating the grass, and overflowing with praying, they began to bellow and lick his body. And seeing the affectionate motherly mood of the cows, Mahaprabhu became completely absorbed in ecstatic waves of praying. And when he regained some external consciousness, he began caressing the cows, and they did not want to leave him. It was with great difficulty that the cowherd folk forced them onwards. So this description is depicted by our artists. Chaitanya Charitamrita cover. One of the paintings that they did when we produced the Chaitanya Charitamrita. And it's a picture of Mahaprabhu kind of like, there's a tree, and Mahaprabhu's kind of leaning against the tree, and the cows are coming and licking him. Yeah, that's being depicted in that painting.
Do you know who did that painting?
Well, at that time, the main artists like Muralidhar, Shamarani, Bhardraj, they were working on their various paintings, but they also had an assembly line system for completing paintings. So there would be, because there were many other artists that came, otherwise it wouldn't have been possible. They were turning out, I think, one painting per day, practically, And so the expert artists, you can kind of tell who did which painting because they each have their own style of painting faces especially, and bodies. So I'm pretty sure that that painting was done by Muralidhar. He had a certain very soft, and the proportions of the figures in his paintings was very exact. So I think it was him. But, then again, they were all kind of like taking part just to get the painting done. So, the trees may have been painted by Shamarani or this or that, but we'd have to ask them, and then they'll be able to tell. Again, Sri Mahaprabhu became absorbed in transcendental emotions, and weeping, he called out, "Kotai Krishna! Kotai Krishna! Where is Krishna? Where is Krishna?" Herds of deer and does gathered and fearlessly licked Mahaprabhu's limbs with affection. Parrots, cuckoos, and bees began singing in the fifth note, and peacocks danced before him. Completely jubilant, the trees and the creepers covered themselves in buds, new leaves and flowers, and with their arm-like branches and twigs, they lovingly offered their flowers and fruits at the lotus feet of Srimad Mahaprabhu. And seeing the ecstatic emotions of the moving and non-moving entities of Vrindavan, Srimad Mahaprabhu's absorption in transcendental ecstasy intensified. He loudly cried, "Chant Krishna! Chant Krishna!" And all of those moving and non-moving entities echoed his words. Sometimes Mahaprabhu, crying piteously, clasped hold of the necks of the deer and does, who gazed at his lotus face with love-filled glances and tear-filled eyes. Yeah, in that painting, there's a doe there in front of him. He's holding the doe. A little further on, Srimad Mahaprabhu saw a female and a male parrot, Sari and Shuka, sitting opposite each other on two branches of a tree. They were lovingly quarreling about the glories of the divine couple, Sri Radha Krishna. The Shuka, which is the male parrot, "Oh, my Krishna," he says, the Shuka says, "my Krishna is Madan Mohan." the enchanter of Cupid's mind. Then the Shari answers, yes, he is. As long as my Radha is at his left side, otherwise he is only Madan, Cupid. Then the Shuka says, my Krishna lifted Giriraj on his finger. Then the Shadi says, because my Radha transmitted power into him, and otherwise how could he have done so? Then Shuka says, my Krishna is the life of the whole universe. Shadi says, my Radha is the life of that life. Shuka, my Krishna's head is beautifully decorated with a peacock feather. Shadi, only because my Radha's name is marked on that feather. Have you ever seen that drawing? How they depict the peacock feather, how Radha's name is there. I shared that one time. I'd never seen that before. I shared it on Facebook. So then the Shadi says, yeah, only because my Radha's name is marked on that feather. Then Shuka, the peacock feather on my Krishna's head leans to the left. Shadi, because it wants to bow down to my Radha's feet. Shuka, my Krishna is the moon. Shadi, my Radha is the trap that captures that moon. Shuka, there is no need to quarrel uselessly. Let us glorify the youthful couple together. Shadi, I happily agree to this. So actually this loving quarrel between Shuka and Shari is also described in Govinda Lilamrita. Here the male parrot says the following. May our Lord Jagamohan, whose unparalleled beauty plunders the wealth of patience of an innumerable multitude of women, whose world-famous glory astounds even Lakshmi Devi, whose strength turns the majestic Govardhan mountain into a child's toy, who has unlimited qualities, whose simple disposition entertains everyone, and whose glory substantiates the welfare of the entire universe. May he protect the entire world. That would be interesting to look up the Sanskrit for this. That's chapter 13, text 29 of Govinda Lilamritam. So now, what Gurudev is doing is he's quoting a couple of these verses. So when the female parrot heard the male parrot say that, hearing this, the female parrot replies in the next text, O Shuka, Shri Radhika's divine love, beauty, dancing, excellent calmness, expertise in music, wealth of good qualities, and poetic compositions, or in other words, her erudition, are all so attractive that she steals away the heart of Sri Krishna, who enchants the mind of the entire universe. The male parrot then says, and now Gurudev jumps to Sri Chaitanya Charitamrita Madhya Lila, chapter 17. Then the male parrot says, Dear Shadi, all glories to Sri Madan Mohan, the enchanter of Cupid, who carries a flute. He steals the heart of all women in the entire universe, and he enjoys with the gopis. After hearing the parrot's loving quarrel, then Srimad Mahaprabhu watched the dance of the peacocks, and seeing their bluish necks, he remembered Krishna, and he became so overwhelmed in ecstatic love that he fell down on the earth in a faint. His companions somehow brought him back to consciousness, and he continued his parikrama of Braj. So now there's a few places, villages that Gurudev is mentioning after this description of Bahulavan, and he has a little mention of each different town, village in that area. So the first one is named Shakna Gaon. Shakna Gaon. This village is situated 1 mile from the village of Bhakti, which is what we were just hearing about, Bahulavan. It's only 1 mile away. Here one can take darshan of Balabhadra Kunda and Dauji temple. Next is Tosha Gaon. The Gopi Tosha, an expert dancer, lived in this village. He taught, oh, that's a mistake. Oh, sorry, the Gopa. The Gopa Tosha, an expert dancer, lived in this village. He taught Sri Krishna how to dance expertly too, by which Krishna became extremely satisfied. Santosh. So, Tarasa Kunda lies here. Krishna, Balaram, the cows and cowherd boys would feel most satisfied when they drank the water of this Kunda. This village is therefore called Tosha Gaon, from the word Santosh, means complete satisfaction. But because Krishna and his cows and Krishna was satisfied with the dancing of the Gopa named Tosha, who lived in this village is called Tosha Gaon. Now comes Jakin Gram. This village lies 2 miles from Tosha Gaon. Its previous name was Dakshin Gram. You know how we sing that? Kiba Dakshin Nitai Chand Bami. So Dakshin means on the right hand side. Its previous name was Dakshin Gram. While Srimati Radhika's leftist mood, Vamya Bhav, is renowned and is most pleasing to Sri Krishna, each and every transcendental sentiment of every heroine exists in Srimati Radhika. Therefore, under certain special circumstances, Kishoriji pleases Sri Krishna by manifesting the bhavs of a right-wing heroine, Dakshin Naika. Dakshin Naika, right-wing heroine. This village is thus also called Dakshin Gram. It is also known as Jakshin or Jakin Gram because Dauji once killed a Yakshini here, who was conducting Krishna's playful pastimes. You know what a Yakshini is?
Female Yakshini.
That's right. And they're kind of like ghostly. There's I'll just go to them. A Yakshini is a female Yaksha, a ghostly follower of the demigod Kuvera, the treasurer of the demigods. Ghostly follower. So, Dauji once killed a Yakshini village of Bahulavan. It's on the side of the Yamuna, which is Baladev's. You know, there's 5 on the side, on the opposite side of the Yamuna, of the 12 forests, and then the other 7 are on the other side. Mm-hmm. So, because of Dakshin, the word Dakshin, Naika, so the village is also called Dakshin Gram, where Srimati Radhika one time manifested right-wing bhav. But also because, or Jakin, because of Yakshini. being killed by Baladev. And this Kunda, Balabhadra Kunda, lies here. One can take darshan of the deities Baladev and Revati. Now we come to Vihar, Viharvan. This is a place of the divine couple, Sri Radha Krishna's playful pastimes. The word for playful is Bihar. And here's the verse in Hindi, some Hindi song, which is describing how Radhika is testing Krishna's dancing skills. Priya ko nachvan shikavat Radha pyari man guman lakut liye thadhi mantar gati jab hi darpat kunj bihari. This is the 3 lines. Radha pyari is holding a stick of pride and anger. That stick is called man guman, pride and anger. And she's holding the stick, right? Man guman. And is teaching her beloved Kunja Bihari to dance. But if while Radha Pyari is instructing him, he makes a mistake, in a swift movement of the dance, the sharp glances shooting from Pyari's eyes punish him. So, Vihar Kunda lies here in this village of Viharvan. This is where Krishna and his cowherd boyfriends performed water sports, and they had the cows drink its pure and sweet water. And nearby is a very attractive grove of Kadamba trees, in which one can see the imprints of the Lord's lotus feet under a small canopy. Now we come to Basaunti and Ral Gram. Remember Ral? Ral. Srimati Radhika's appearance place. Raval. Raval. Well, let's see if this is the same. So Basanti currently goes by the name of Basati, and Ral by the name of Rar Gram. When Nanda Baba left Gokul Mahavan with his family and moved to Chattikara, his friend Vrishabhanu Maharaj resided in Basaunti Gram. This place received the name Basaunti because he resided, Baskarna, the word Baskarna means to reside, he resided here. So it's called Basaunti, because Basaunti. Nearby is Ral Gram, where Shrimati Ji performed her childhood pastimes Balya Leela. In her youth, she performed some pastimes, her Palganda Leelas, in Basaunti, the other village. Varshana, Javat, and Radhakunda are places of her teenage pastimes, Kishore Leelas. However, the place of her highest and most perfect playful pastimes, Leela Vilas, is Sri Radhakunda, highest. Nearby are Balabhadra Kunda, a temple of Balabhadra, and a grove of Kadamba trees. Now we come to Adinga. Adinga. This village is situated 9 miles west of Mathura and 4 miles east of Govardhan, on the main road between these places. Sri Krishna and his Sakhas obstructed the Sakhis' way, demanding tax from them. Therefore, the name of the village is Adinga. The Hindi word Adna means to obstruct. Here, in Kilola Kunda, Sri Krishna and Balaram relished joyful water sports. Jal Kilol. One thing we can definitely see by reading the Parikrama book and also by going to those places, that there are innumerable kundas everywhere. And you know that after Sri Krishna left, his great-grandson, Vajranabha, King Vajranabha, came to Braj. He actually established these kundas all over Braj Mandala 5,000 years ago. He also established some temples, installed certain deities, and also, you know, indicated so many different areas. So we can just imagine what it must have been like when the sports.
So
But,
at one point
yeah.
they disappear, everything got covered, and then it was in time of the Swamis, like.
No. Gradually over thousands of years, the trees and etc., they gradually disappeared. But we've gone on parikrama with Gurudev back then, and even then certain trees were still standing, you know. We went into this one area by Mansarovar particularly, and they're not very big, huge trees, but Gurudev was the original trees, and they're all bowed down to the earth practically at that point, you know. Also Imlitala, that tree only disappeared in the 90s. Yeah, in the 1990s it disappeared. And then they kept the trunk of the tree there in a kind of they petrified the wood so that it would remain there. And then they planted the exquisite beauty was still there when Chaitanya Mahaprabhu and the Goswamis came to Vrindavan. But over these last 500 years, even the climate has changed. It's become more severe. I remember in 75, when I was in India the first time, and Srila Prabhupada was with us at the opening of the Krishna Balaram Mandir. We were there a couple of weeks, and then one day Prabhupada was touring, and the managers were showing Srila Prabhupada, oh yes, we tried to dig a well here, but the water came up salty. And then Srila Prabhupada made a comment. I was right there when he made this comment. He said, yes, more and more, Vrindavan is turning into a desert. And he said, this is because of Nam Aparad. Aparad, yes, Nam Aparad. More and more turning into a desert. So, but I've heard this before also. And you know, Srila Gurudev also told us that when he went, like, you know, 50 years, 60 years before, with his Guru Maharaj, there were many, many trees still, original trees still there in Braj, you know. So, like that. We're just finishing this chapter. Yes. Adinka. Oh yes. So these are the last two. Mayur Gram. And we all know the meaning of the word Mayur. Yes. Peacock. Our Mangalartik song. Mayura Sukadi Sari Katha Pikaraj Mangala Shravane Bhaje. No, that's the next verse.
Jagara Hetu.
Yes, Mangala Jagara Hetu Pariche Viraj. So Mayura Shukadi, which we just read about the Shuka and Sari. Mayura Shukadi Sari Katha Pikaraj. And all the other birds. And then Sumadhura Dvani Kore Jata Shakigan. The Shakigan means all the birds, making such a sweet sound. Madhura Shravane Bhaje. Mangala Shravane Bhaje. Madhura Kujan. Kujan means their cooing and all their sounds. All the sounds, so sweet for the waking up of Radha and Krishna. So this next village is called Mayur Gram. This place is situated 2 miles southwest of Bahulavan. After seeing the dancing of the peacocks, the Mayura here, Shri Krishna started dancing with great pleasure in the midst of his beloved gopis. The peacocks very happily gave one of their beautiful multicolored feathers as an offering to Krishna, which he placed on his head. And there is a kunda here named Mayura Kunda, is the place of darshan here. And now the last sentence, Chakna Gram. This village, Chakna Gram, is situated near Mayur Gram. When Sri Krishna, Balaram and the Sakhas were out tending the cows, the gopis here fed them buttermilk, chaj. To the boys, full satisfaction. So, chaj. And then when we go on parikrama with Gurudev, it's all arranged that in certain village places, they will have made stacks and stacks of village tandoori rotis on these little brick ovens in their courtyards of their houses. And all the ladies are rolling and putting them and stacks with ghee on it. And they sit us down in rows. And they're very thick rotis. You ever had those? Braj rotis? So good, hot rotis. Right off the fire. And then they give you a lump of gur. And they give you a cup of chaj. So this is a Braj breakfast ki jai. Braj mandala ki jai. Gaur Premanandi. Vansha kalpatarubhascha kripa sindhuve cha patitanam pavane vaishnavi namo namaha. Jai Shri Shri Guru Gauranga Gandharvika Giridhari Shri Shri Radha Govinda Jiyo ki jai. Jai Shri Gaur Arti ki jai. Shri Radha Krishna Jugal Arti ki jai. Jai Nitai Gaur Premanandi. Is that Govinda's night? Yeah, yeah, please. How's the mic or not? You have it.
Jai Shri Guru Govind Hari Radha Govind Ji ki jai. Jai
Jai.
Shri Prabhupada Nityananda Prabhupada Shri Bhaktivedanta Narayan Goswami Maharaj ki jai.
Jai.
Jai Paramarajita Nityananda Prabhupada Shri Bhaktivedanta Vaman Goswami Maharaj ki
Jai.
Jai Nityananda Prabhupada Shri Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada ki jai.
Jai.
Jai Nityananda Prabhupada Shri Acharya Keshari Shrimati Bhakti Pragya Srimad Bhakti Pragyan Keshava Goswami Maharaj ki jai. Shri Prabhupada Parivar ki jai. Jagat Guru Shri Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Thakur ki jai. Jai Shri Rupanu Gauri Guru Varga ki jai. Shri Rupa Sanatan Bhattavana Shri Gopal Bhattava Saravana Sadhva Swami Vrinda ki jai. Jai Shri Sarupam Varaman Ali Bhattavati
Hari Hari Bol.
Namaste Narasmi
Gurudev will be here tomorrow.
Yeah.
Namo Namo Tulasi Krishna Preyashi Namo Namo
Maharani Jaya Vrinda Devi, Tulsi Maharani Jaya Vrinda Devi, Tulsi Maharani ki, Srimati Vrinda Devi ki, Sri Vrindavan Dhama ki, Braja Vilasani Srimati Radharani ki. Everyone together. Jai Jai Shri Satyavachai Namo Namaha Vancha Kalpadrubhyascha Hare Krishna. Thank you very much, all devotees, for tuning in to this Facebook Live evening program at New Braj Dham, and all these wonderful Vaishnavas here and around the world. We're doing this every evening. And just for your information, tomorrow, Saturday here, we have the beginning of a festival for Govardhan Puja, which will happen on Sunday. And then there's like 4 days. Then there will be also Srila Vaman Maharaj and Srila Trivikram Maharaj disappearance day on Tuesday. And then on Wednesday, our beloved Srila Prabhupada A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Maharaj, his disappearance day festival will be held here. So everyone is invited to come We will also be having 11 a.m. programs, West Coast Pacific time, for these programs of Govardhan Puja. We'll also be going physically on the land next door where there's a formation of rocks which Srila Gurudev christened as Govardhan Hill. And we will be doing a Govardhan Puja festival with a good number of devotees for our festival here, not like during the summer when we have 400, 500 devotees doing this festival, but we'll be doing it here, and all devotees are invited to tune in. That will be around 10 o'clock, starting in the morning with kirtan and everything. And then we'll have the offering to Govardhan there. And then in the evening, we'll also be having Katha each one of these nights. But then also on Srila Prabhupada and Srila Vaman Maharaj, Trivikram Maharaj disappearance days, we'll also have a morning program, which the kirtan will begin at about 10:30 or 11 a.m. and go till about 2 p.m. West Coast time. So Hare Krishna to all the devotees, my Dandavat Pranams, Gaur Premanandi. Dandavat.